Welcome everyone to It's Vinylly Mine. Yes, I know I missed yesterday, but that's okay. We're going to make up for it. We'll still get our 12 vinyl reviews in by the end of the year. So today we are going to take a look at the original motion picture soundtrack to Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, from Harry Manfredini and Fred Mullen. And yeah, this is one of my favorite Friday the 13th is Part 7. So very excited to look at this. This is from Waxworks Records, and it's Waxwork catalog number WW13.7. I love how they do that with the Friday the 13th series. And this was released back in 2020. And yeah, very excited for this. Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. They were trying something a little different. If you're not familiar with that at all, that's where the final girl really fights back with her telekinetic powers or her psychic powers. And I love that. I love that quite a bit. And it's a very fun Friday the 13th. And if you haven't seen it yet, we do have a spoiler room episode where we covered Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood. So you'll want to go over on our Spotify channel and check that out for the Spoiler Room podcast. Now, on to today's review. Yeah, let's just get right to it, shall we? We'll drop the needle and look at this release from Waxworks Records. As you can tell, I'm very excited, so I apologize, folks. But yes, here we are. We've got our hype sticker going on, and look at that. Original motion picture music, and it's 2x 180 gram colored vinyl and a 12 by 12 print. Can't wait to see what that print is. Now, I know some of these releases, they show what's in there in their pictures and that when you buy it, but I never really look at those because I always want to be surprised. So let's take a look at this, shall we? Get this plastic off and look closer at this wonderful artwork that they have on this vinyl release. I can't wait. Look at this. Oh, such a wonderful picture. Thank you, Backblade, for your assistance as always. And yeah, there we are. There's the Jason mask split in half. I love that because if you remember, yeah, things get pretty violent with ye old Jason and our protagonist. So I love this though. I love the light in the back. This is a nice matte finish we have on here as well. And just some really standout artwork, which Waxworks does do. And then on the spine, check that text out. Oh, that's beautiful. Love it. Easy to read, stands out, and I love the use of the original font. And there she is. Yeah, bringing it to Jason, as well as our track listing. We have here our credits at the top, and then the track list. Yeah, 2 full LPs of music. Can't wait to listen to this. All of these sound cues here from the movie, and then credits for the movie at the bottom. So yeah, this wonderful artwork of her just being badass, and yeah, I love it. I love it quite a bit. Ah, this is so sharp. And then inside, oh, check that out. Oh, that's wonderful. Jason with a weed whacker. Look at that. Look at that art. That is so well done. They do, you know, certain ones, it seems like Waxworks really puts the effort in. I mean, they put an effort in all the time, but especially some of these, you know, for the more classic films, they really go all out, and I love this art. This art is just sharp. Oh, man. And let's take a look at what's inside at the colored vinyl and that print, shall we? So let's get this vinyl out of here and take a look. So before we look at the vinyl, whoa, okay, that freaked me out. Look at that 12 by 12 print. That is so badass. That is seriously badass right there, folks. Wow. Creepy as hell to look at, and yet also so cool. That is wonderful art right there. And that's the print. They don't even put any text on the back. That's just the print itself. That definitely is good for Halloween. You frame that puppy. Wow, that's seriously creepy. I love it. I love it. And then here we are, side A and B. Oh, check that color out. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Side A and side B. and that color printing pops. That is so good. Ah, I love it. It's so just, yeah. I mean, and then it looks real interesting too when it's spinning on the turntable, you know, for that colored vinyl. And again, as I mentioned before, part of the cool thing with some of this vinyl where they do these patterns is that it makes them unique. Each one is its own. And yeah, here we are, side C and side D. Oh, there's the cracked mask. And yeah, I think it's really sharp. It's cool that they've consecutively named these sides as well on the vinyl. And yeah, we are going to step out, take a break, listen to this pressing, come back, and I'll let you know which is of my favorite tracks and the quality of this pressing. So you'll want to stay tuned.
Hey everyone, looking for even more content? Then why not head on over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/specialmarkproductions, where we have 3 affordable tiers that will get you access to the conversation before the conversation of the spoiler room, get an exclusive VIP episode each month that you vote for the spoiler room, and you can also get early access to our videos and so much more. So head on over there, because the more we can do there, the more we can do here.
And we are back from listening to this wonderful, wonderful score to Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. There's a little bit of noise on the lead-in and some of the tracks, but for the most part, the audio quality is pretty crisp in here, so you can catch all of that wonderful synth sound in here. Now, the reason it says that the soundtrack is by Harry Manfredini and Fred Mullen is because a number of these tracks include music that Manfredini did for previous Friday the 13th, Part 1, 2, and 4, I believe. Music from those are worked into here, and you can kind of hear it. You can kind of hear it on some of the tracks where there's those telltale strings, those dissonant ding, ding, you know, not like Psycho, but in that spirit. But that theme in there that shows up in a number of the Friday the 13th films, that shows up here as well. So they work that in there quite a bit. And then we get the Fred Mullen tracks, which have a little bit lower instrumentation to them, timpanis and lower registers for that style for Mullen's tracks. So they complement each other very well. One of my favorite tracks on side A was number 3, Flashback. Yes, that included Manfredini's music in there, but the strings, you know, you hear those strings and boom, it's Friday the 13th score. You know you're there. And then right after that, you have track 4, Dad's Death. It's this very dark and chaotic music. It's very low. It's like, you know, nice transition from those higher strings to the lower tones that you have in there. And then I really like track 5, Tina's theme, and they play that theme, and you know that's her theme, and then you hear that peppered throughout the rest of the tracks on this score, you know, and so you know that's her theme, that's her scene that she's in. When you're listening to it, you immediately pick up on it. It's this like 8 chords where every note is played twice, except for the last set, which then is this ascending and back to the first note, and they kind of loops like that with these, I think, bells or is what they're using, or you know, and I loved that theme because you can hear it throughout in here. Favorite track there, though, altogether is the Tina Summons theme. They take the theme from Tina's theme and they work it into the action, and you just feel that, and it leads right into Jason's Resurrection, which you would think you would use the cha-cha-cha theme for that one, but they don't. They don't use that, and that was a surprise in there for sure. They use a lower timpani sounds in there, but the timpani sounds are to the rhythm of Tina's theme. So I thought that was really interesting that they did that. And then which other tracks do we have? Oh, side B, Nick and Tina, a very melodic track, probably one of the least horror-like tracks on the soundtrack, is the Nick and Tina track. And then on side C, Tina overhears crashes starts the side off. And yeah, that one on that side is one that really stuck out for me. Along with Human Body Shield, which works in some of that Manfredini score in there. And then the last side D is just all wonderful horror chaos as the fight continues between Tina and Jason, and all of those tracks on D. Side D is just solid from start to finish. So there you have it, folks. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, is a solid soundtrack. And this pressing is, for the most part, pretty clear and clean, except for a couple of the lead-ins in that. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I love the fact that they mastered this from the original, the masters, and they put literally every sound cue in here. I mean, even the littlest, like, just blip, like 10, 15 second, stinger, that's on here as well. So you have the complete score, which is doesn't happen that often. So if you are a Friday the 13th fan, a fan of their scores, you need to get this one if you can. It is worth it so much, especially if you're a fan of the movie, but the whole series. You'll want to add this to your collection. So thank you very much for listening to me ramble. We've got another great vinyl coming up. 3 left here on our vinyl countdown, so you'll want to like, subscribe, bells and whistles and all that here. Yeah, Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood original motion picture score. It's vinylly mine, and I'll catch you on the flip side.